Ah, tea time.
Welcome everybody! Souldin of the Grin brothers here, and it's time for another episode of Tea Time. And as you'll be able to see on screen, this is I guess we would term it React Tea Time. React Time. That's short and snappy. There's no alliteration. Reaction? No, I'm not a fan of the sound of that either. It's just repeating the same word, really. Yes, that is. You can see this tea time is going to be me reacting to another third-party sort of mini partner direct sort of showcase thing. I've got no idea what it's about. I'm not super excited about it because the last partner Nintendo Direct I watched, they ended up holding back some of the content that they showed off exclusively in the Japanese version, but not in any of the other versions. So, like the PAL versions. Direct had less content in it than the Japanese one, and the Japanese one's content was stuff that I really liked, such as Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, and the Atelier Riser 2 was pretty cool. I'd actually like to try out that series, but I haven't been able to find a physical copy of Atelier Riser for Nintendo Switch, only on PS4 so far. And I don't really play the PS4, so played at PS4 for basically Gravity Rush, and that was about it, really. Oh, and Medieval, of course. I'm recording this for one of two reasons. One, I missed out my opportunity to record sort of videos that I probably should have done. Like the Mario Direct, I completely missed out. I had no idea it went on, no idea about it. Otherwise, I'd have probably recorded my reaction to it. As well as the Ubisoft event, which I thought, Ubisoft ain't going to show off anything that would interest me. Oh, what a fool I was, because retroactively, there was a lot of interesting stuff, which... whilst I'm not sure I'd get, because a lot of it's late into the year and all that, and I've already got a sort of schedule of what I plan to buy, and the new consoles coming out meant there was priorities. At the same time, the Ubisoft event they had actually showed off a lot of really cool stuff, so I feel kind of gutted that I didn't react to it. In any case, like I said, I've got no expectations for this, but the other reason I wanted to record this Nintendo Direct is I wanted to talk about some tea. Because I've forgotten to the last couple of times I did a React Tea Time. But that's why I'm also recording this a bit earlier, so I can talk about my tea. So I'll have the Tea Time image pop up overlaying the actual video for the moment. Today's tea is actually one I've tried off camera. I tried this last year, actually. And I've been meaning to talk about it, but I just haven't had a chance to because I've been talking about the Christmas teas and all that. But it's a tea I had on the market stalls of Oxford during my time I was having... I went actually to my Christmas job interview in Oxford. And I found this stall by a company / series of thing called Taste Tibet. So that's the brand of tea here. And it's Tibetan chai tea. Type is black tea. I have no idea of the brew time or the preference because I had it served to me. And the brand is Taste Tibet, and they said they made it as authentic to Tibet tea as they could possibly do so, where they mix it all together all at once. The sugar and the milk is all put in at the same time. And information on it, I did do some research using the Taste Tibet site and everything. A chai heavier in spices than tea, and one that blends exceedingly well with milk and sugar. Often referred to as butter tea, and is popular in Tibet, particularly its capital of Lhasa. And oh gosh, that started earlier than thought. I thought I had more time. Well, I'll tell you my thoughts on that tea after this Nintendo Direct. Partner Showcase September 2020. There we go. Haven't been able to think of a cool, snappy title because I called the last one Partner Direct, so no idea what to call this one. And what on earth? Like, this is certainly something I wasn't expecting from the get-go. I have no idea what this is. Monster Hunter related content? Yeah, Monster Hunter. What? Is that the remaster they were planning on doing? I think there was a remake / remaster or a new game entirely. What? Is that a set character sort of thing? That'd be different for the series. Grapple and you can climb up mountains and everything. There, I'm sure this must be a new game. Because that certainly wasn't a feature of any older one. Not that I'm all too familiar, because it's Kiris who actually really likes the Monster Hunter series. He's the one who plays it a lot. Rafi plays it occasionally, but not as much as Kiris. Kiris has spent a lot of time in Monster Hunter Worlds and has played a few of the other Monster Hunters on the 3DS, including the turn-based RPG one. Oh, cool bird. Like, a lot of the monsters that people usually show off are all the, like, sort of, dinosaur, like, dragon ones. But, it's nice. They've got a nice variety of monsters, and I'm interested to see more of the birds and mammal and amphibian type ones being shown off here.
50 years since the last calamity.
The grapple suddenly means that climbing looks pretty easy.
This is for my fellow hunters.
A lot of vertical movement involved. Monster Hunter Rise, and that's a very fitting name given the amount of vertical movement on it. Yeah, I should tell Kyrus about this. And March 26, 2021, and exclusive to Nintendo Switch, from the looks of it. Yeah, I should definitely tell Kyrus about this. He'll be ecstatic. Well, this came out directly after the Monster Hunter one. Is this a Monster Hunter Story sequel? If so, that's an awful lot of Monster Hunter all coming at once. Yeah, Monster Hunter Story 2. Oh gosh, oh.
Still alive.
I'm very glad to be recording this, not because there's anything for me, but my god, oh come on, yeah, but March though, he won't wait that long. And it's nowhere near his birthday or Christmas. I was about to say, this makes a real good, an easy option for birthday or Christmas for him.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm sure this is Monster Hunter Story 2.
I'd be lying if
It's got the same sort of graphical style. Yep, Monster Hunter Stories 2. Wings of Ruin. And I'm not expecting a release date aside from 2021. Summer 2021. Well, that's fantastic. Either he'll buy it himself or we've got Christmas birthday options.
Welcome to our third Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. What you've just
There was a
seen
second
is the
one?
first look
When did the second one happen?
presentation, which will provide
Gosh,
you
Nintendo announced these directs
This Nintendo
so
Direct
close to
Mini
deadline that I
Partner
never
Showcase
get to know
presentation will deliver
when they
the
pop
latest
up.
information
I'm
about
honestly not a fan of the Nintendo Direct Minis.
to
Oh,
the
more to the...
boxing
Oh,
exercises.
no, it's the boxing
A
one.
sequel to fitness boxing where you can enjoy working out to the beat is coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
Oh, a sequel!
Grab
That's
your
strange, I thought this
joystick
was a
controller
first party
and match
title.
the
I did
wheels
admittedly
of
consider
the
getting
game.
the first fitness boxing, but I didn't like the choice of music they really had. Nothing that seemed very appealing to me.
Select Janice,
And
Hero, and Karen.
nice variety of design. Oh, poor choice of name in the current day, but cute design. Yeah, oh, he looks awesome!
Fitness Boxing 2, Rhythm and
Well-
Extra Sky Game is here, dude!
What the heck? Really? Well, the company hasn't been doing too well, so I'm surprised to hear about this. But I guess, well, this is their cash cow. Oh, I do love that design.
A zany brand new installment of Disgaea is coming to Nintendo.
Unfortunately, I'm terrible at
Meet
SRPGs.
Zed, the protagonist of Disgaea 6.
Yeah, I've tried. Oh, and good old classic characters. I've tried getting into Disgaea before, which I love the story and universe and everything of it.
The max level
But
is
gosh,
100
I'm not good at SRPGs. They're way too lengthy for me. It takes way too long to level up, and I don't like leaving characters out. But then there's more main characters than there are actually available slots in a party, and then you can create your own custom characters as well. So that annoys me, not being able to sort that out properly. Pretty sure that's the one Rafi played through and became obsessed with Curry as a result. Yeah, that does look to be the one. So Raf's already played through that game. Did he complete it? I'm not sure.
Defend your turf in a ruthless criminal underworld.
Well, so the visuals of that didn't look like it matched up with the kind of setting. Like, she looks like she's straight out of a fantasy world rather than I mean, that just looked really out of place. But cool that it does. Not my type of game from the looks of it, but more interesting than I was expecting. And I gotta say, real interesting design in terms of a protagonist. Very distinct. And yet they used like a regular sort of doing a hat or a Tommy gun for the sort of logo. Oh, good sort of diversity of locations. Didn't get a feel of the gameplay though. Oh, Sniper Elite. Okay. Yeah, definitely not my sort of thing. The only time I've ever really gone for a sniper role is in Watch Dogs.
Or enjoy hours of permadeath survival gameplay.
Oh, okay, no. I'm not going back to survival gameplay, not after Subnautica. I need time to recuperate myself.
Tour 2K20. Dive into
Woo! Balan Wonderland!
Wonderworld.
I'm really glad I decided to watch this direct.
Welcome to
I'm
Wonderworld.
so looking forward to this game.
Leo and Emma were led here by the mysterious maestro Balan.
However, I'm
Wonderworld contains 12 dream
probably going to be getting on Xbox Series X
including an
instead.
ocean state. As Leo and Emma, you'll don costumes to wield a variety of abilities.
Oh, it's adorable.
Ride the
Yeah.
wind to float in the air.
Some people say, Knights vibes, but I've also heard other people
Powerful punches
say
destroy giant blocks.
Billy Hatcher vibes, and I can totally get
There are
that.
over 80
The
costumes to
movement
find.
is a lot slower in this
Each costume's
trailer than it was in the previous one. The initial reveal trailer had the movement feeling a lot faster, but they were using the suits for that. With the slower movement, it definitely feels more Billy Hatcher-esque.
Menacing bosses await at the end of each stage.
But visual design, definitely you get the Knights vibe from it. I mean, again, it had got the arts
You can also
involved.
pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend in a co-op mode.
Awesome!
Your abilities and navigate through stages together.
Oh, it's so cool! I mean, co-op's always a plus.
Balan is waiting for
Oh, and a definitive release date! March 26th, 2020. Ah, just after my birthday, really? Month after it. And gosh, done! Okay, so let me start running this and a Christmas list for people. Room Factory 5, huh? Sheep, help me fight this golem! Oh, well, that seems to be a regular occurrence. Kind of funny that you know, maybe that's, you know, when combining the Harvest Moon series with the RPG sort of genre, they decided, yeah, we need the RPG trope of our character having amnesia. It's a must.
The battle system allows you to perform combo attacks with allies to take
Oh,
out monsters.
really cool. Oh gosh,
In your life anew,
yeah, I wasn't
fantasy
expecting the sort of
world.
viewpoint from that. Yeah.
Factory 5 comes to Nintendo Switch in
2021, yeah, I'm really glad to see that the series is managing to continue though, given the developers behind it were really struggling. What? I thought Microsoft would be keeping a tighter leash on this game. Game looks gorgeous, sounds gorgeous, but I gotta say, it's not as good as the first one. It's lost a lot of the charm, ironically, by trying to imitate other Metroidvanias. It's lost a bit of its own identity, and it's become more combat-oriented, which, well, physically combat-oriented, which doesn't work. And of course, it became more open in which direction you went in, which actually negatively impacts it. I have no idea where to go to avoid story progression as a result. And it's what? That is available later today. That's one heck of a drop.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase.
That
Thanks
was
for watching.
pretty darn good overall.
Monster Hunter Direct.
Peggy 12.
Well, I need to pause this, but, well, okay, I was gonna... I guess I'll be combining the two. Oh, gosh, they give me so very little warning. Okay, I've typed it in, Monster Direct. Yeah, I was, yeah, this is unexpected. This looks to be the exact same trailer as, was before, so I guess whilst this exact same footage repeats twice, I will talk about the tea I had a long while back. The Tibetan chai tea. Now, what I have to say about the Tibetan chai tea is you enjoy the same exact trailer again, because if we haven't already watched it. It's overwhelmingly sweet. I mean, it helps that the Tibetan chai tea had the milk and the sugar mixed with it at once, but it's like ridiculously sweet. Like, I couldn't actually finish off all of it because it was just so overpowering. I mean, I'm not super huge on sweet food and drinks per se. And it was just overwhelming. Like, I was actually buzzing afterwards. But again, I'm not sure if it's purely because of the tea or because of the amount of milk and sugar mixed in with it naturally. I also don't typically have sugar in my tea, so... but they said that's the traditional way that they make the Tibetan chai tea, so... that's how I had it. Interesting smell. A nice feel on the throat. But otherwise, the problem was that it's too strong of a taste. I guess for those with a sweet tooth would adore it, but for me, not exactly what I was looking for in a tea. I actually prefer the spicier chais that I've had, which are apparently not the traditional chai according to the Taste Tibet people I spoke to. But I guess I prefer the not so traditional chai then. So yeah, and that was the Tibetan chai tea. Well, it looks like they saw Breath of the Wild for, hey, the mountain climbing idea is really cool, but it takes sodding forever. How about we just give you the means to do all the climbing cool stuff, but not take ages? Stamina Mia? What's that? How hard would it be for an insect glaive user? I'm just kind of thinking, will they be able to jump on these? Because those mountains aren't particularly flat surfaces. Can you jump off of it naturally and use your sort of like flippy attacks as the insect glaive user? The brief time I played Monster Hunter in a Souldin short start, link in the summary below, didn't go particularly well. I'm not really my kind of game. And the insect glaive, but the insect glaive itself was quite a lot of fun to use. Apparently it's one of the more complicated weapons, but yeah. The idea of using the cliffs and such and elevating it to, and having the whole focus on height Thanks for oh, more bugs. That's actually why I chose the insect glaive, because it means more so than just a cat, you also get a bug companion as well. I also see that with the costume design, they made sure to have lots of bits kind of flying out. One, to resemble that sort of bug image, but also to give that real sense of motion as if you're flying. It's surprising that more games don't have grappling hooks. Because they do just open up so many possibilities. A very set style environment, like a lot of it has maintained a rather interesting consistency in time with locale. It's interesting, like it's got quite a muddy look to it. Oh gosh, and that's quite a lot of lag. Sorry about that. Well, there we go. No lag. Character moves fairly slow, but the wire bug should help allow you to go about things quicker, so long as you've got something to actually latch onto. New cane. Oh yeah, to be fair, yeah, you got a cat and now you got a dog. You know, despite how often they do it, you don't often ride dogs. It's not that frequent of a thing. Oh, and that helps out with the whole fact that, as I've said, it felt very slow movement. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Oh, so you can have 2 attack dogs or 2 cats, and yeah. Now the only problem there is that people with like the movement ones are just going to rush on ahead. Love the purple sort of like particle effects. And this one I prefer far more. I mean, it's somehow both goofy and menacing, and looks like a kind of a very skinny pterodactyl chicken with fireballs. I love it. Kind of just looks like a new, rather strange evolution of Psylocke. Although actually it could easily have been a Sinnoh evolution for Psylocke. We need to make everything round. Here's Psylocke. Now it becomes rounder and mossy. Hey, maybe a new alternative form for Psylocke in future, eh? Oh gosh, is it? Oh no. Oh no, they are fighting. Thought I was about to get eaten there. Well, it would be. Oh, each amiibos! They actually remembered that amiibos exist! There's a different special layered armor set. Huh. That's really cool. I guess the Makamalo unlocks one for your character. Okay, and you can use the amiibos. Oh, Curious is going to be coming down here every day to use the amiibos again. One time he did that. Grabbed one of his Merries and amiibos. And I started freaking out because I'd been letting my niece play with them, and I was wondering where did my amiibos disappear to. Oh, and there's compatibility with Monster Hunter Stories. Well, knowing Kira did want both, so maybe I can manage to get one of them for as a present for him for one year, because he's always a difficult person to buy for. I don't think he'll wait on Monster Hunter Rise, but if it's just before July, I should be able to get him Monster Hunter Stories 2 for his birthday. Sorry, it's not for me. I'm just like it's actually funny that I'm kind of reacting to this, given that I already know that this type of game isn't really the sort of thing I'd play. Location's a bit too sparse, takes too long for a lot of things. Story's not quite as in depth as I'd like, and I don't know, there's certain factors to it that just don't tick with me. But I know others who do like it, so that's why I'm kind of watching. Dan, it makes the actually, to be fair, the previous director was pretty good, so I've got quite a bit to you know, sort of jumble up into a corner. I was expecting this to be a short one, but no. Is this going to be the exact same trailer? Because we saw that. You do realise the previous Nintendo, yes, it's the exact same trailer. Though, gotta say, props, I really like the graphics and character designs here. I know they wanted to keep the Monster Hunter in the title, to keep the brand recognition, but I kind of feel like it would have made more sense as Monster Rider, given the Monster Riders aren't particularly keen on Monster Hunters from what I hear, but given that they basically, clash super hard in terms of their philosophies in regards to the monsters. I must admit, I kind of feel I should have tried out this series, but gosh, there are so many games on the 3DS that I didn't have time. There's like, if you got like a 3 different sort of games that on the 3DS that I still haven't even really played, and a couple I didn't really play much because my shoulder bones were broken for so long. Like, I guess that's the thing. If I ever have a drought, I've got so many games in the backlog that I've got no worries, and and then there's games my brothers own that I could easily try out. Send of the legendary rider named Red. You have okay. So is there choice of customization with the character? because like I know last time you at least had a gender choice, but really, this direct just feels like it was made for my eldest brother Kairos. Thank you for providing me options as to what to buy a brother who's really indecisive about what he wants for his birthday or Christmas. So yeah, that was my reaction to 2 directs back to back, and I wasn't expecting 2 directs back to back. I wasn't expecting it to be that interesting. Whilst not a lot of its stuff was aimed at me, I mean, exception like Balan Wonderland, which I'm definitely going to be getting, albeit on a different system. Yeah, it was a lot more impactful than I was expecting. Gosh, that was really, really good, actually. Really good. Props to that. And I guess combined with the Monster Hunter thing, it made it feel like a full-on 30-minute direct, which I feel worked a lot better. I hope they consider that in future, being able to, have these back-to-back directs to actually basically just make it feel like a full direct. I don't mind if one of the games gets like in this case, 2 games had like a good 10-minute coverage. For both of them, I don't mind that too much. Giving more exposure and focus on a particular game, if it helps fill out the runtime to be more content-rich. And I definitely felt that this way. In any case, I ended up finally telling you about the Tibetan chai tea that I've been meaning to talk to you about for a long time, and I got to watch an interesting direct, so this was really good, even though I'm super busy with the Wii Wonders review I was currently doing. But this was an unexpected delay, because darn it, Nintendo, you can't just... Why do you keep just announcing these things randomly out of the blue? In any case, now I really hope all this recorded properly because I didn't do any sound tests. I hope you enjoyed this video, and cheerio!